folks, I'm Tom Vassell, and welcome to Week in Review. This is where we take a look at the reviews that we've done over the past week and tell you what we think about them with links to the full reviews below. Except this time it's 2 weeks, actually, because just different things going on. So this is going to cover both of the last weeks. Well, let's get started. Take it away, Z.
Hey everybody, Z Garcia here. So over the last couple of weeks, we put out a new best of the month. Check that video out for some recent discoveries we've really enjoyed. And then I did a couple of reviews. So I reviewed a small card game called Ramen. I rate this a 7 out of 10. And it is a simultaneous selection card game in which you are collecting different ingredients and building yourself multiple bowls of ramen. The look of the game is fantastic. I like the flow in the game. The reason it gets a couple of hits to that score is because the scoring is a little obtuse, and the whole thing is, the replayability is not ultimately, going to be there over dozens of plays. But I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a great filler, and I would certainly recommend it. The other game I reviewed was Pandemic Fall of Rome. I love Pandemic. This is a fantastic version of that. I rate this a 9.5 out of 10, and in it, you are going to be pushing back the barbarian hordes that are trying to run into and sack Rome itself. And you are going to be rolling dice, you're going to be moving around legions, you are going to be attempting to create alliances with these different barbarians. Fantastic game. Thematic, engaging, tense, lots of interesting decisions. Just a wonderful version and a wonderful spin on what Pandemic was originally. This is up there for me as it's not quite as good, in my opinion, as Iberia was, but it's likely second best to that, after the original game. So that is Pandemic Fall of Rome, and that's it for me. I will see you all next time.
Hey folks, welcome back to another Week in Review. For the last 2 weeks, because of all of the uproar that's been going on with all of the Dice Tower retreats and everything like that, I've been doing some other editing for some contributors that have been sending their stuff in, the brothers Murph. So I've only gotten one game reviewed, actual review, and that is Monster Slaughter. Now, Monster Slaughter is a pretty cool hand management dice rolling game where you're going to be taking on the role of a family of monsters that are going after these teenagers that are holding some party in a cabin in the woods somewhere. And so there's a lot of other things going on, but it's a really frolicky, fun type of game that doesn't take itself too seriously, so neither should you. And that's why I gave this one a 8 out of 10, because it is that fun. So I enjoyed it a lot. Go check out the review. See you on the flip side.
All right, for me, first of all, I gave it a 4 to Who Did It. This is a game where you're basically just putting down animals as fast as you can to see who actually pooped on the carpet or whatever it is. Funny packaging, and that's about the best I can say about the game. 6s go to Roll for Your Life Candyman. This is a game where you're basically rolling and moving. You're trying to fight each other with these. I mean, it's a hilarious theme. Christmassy, yay! But it's super light, and it's okay. It's just a great component quality if you just want to roll dice and smash off the arms of other gingerbread men. Jungle Race, this is a good one for kids. Essentially, you're playing cards and moving these cards back and forth, trying to get the card that you have the most cards from your hand to the front. Simple, maybe a little too simple for adults, but I think kids would enjoy it. Thieves' Fortune, this one is... It's a very esoteric game, actually, because it has this time travel thing, like you can see into the future and you're moving resources around, but the time theme is kind of just barely there. It's more of a card manipulation and trying to pull off combos. It's interesting, but it doesn't really grip me in the long run. I give it 6.5 to Shadows Amsterdam. This is a game in which you are working together as a team. It's best described as Mysterium meets Codenames. You're giving pictures to your team and they need to move around the spaces. I think it's a little less interesting in concept, especially the real-time aspect to it, than I would like it to be. It has some, again, it looks cool, and I think some people will enjoy it, but I don't know if it has staying power. The Pretender. This is another game that's like another game. It seems like I'm doing several of these. This one is like a fake artist goes to New York, or like Spyfall, but with charades, where you're going to do a little charade and one person doesn't know what you're doing a charade of. Could have been a little bit bigger. Rules could have been a little bit tighter, but it is an entertaining experience. All right, sevens, go to Rubik's Flip. This is a game in which you are flipping a tile and then placing a tile and trying to get several in a row. I didn't think much of it when I saw it, but after playing it, it's a nice, solid little 4-in-a-row style game. Guardians, this is from Plaid Hat Games. This is a superhero versus superhero game. They've like created this own genre of people versus people card type things. This one's a little lighter than the other ones that they've done, but it has this bit of a shuffle deck type thing where you'll mix a couple heroes together and make your own deck, and that can be a lot of fun. Fistful of Cards, this is an expansion for Dice Town. Just adds some more cards. Probably isn't, if you miss it, you're not going to blink much because, just some more cards. But I like the original game a lot. Gorus Maximus. This is actually a pretty good trick-taking game. It's a trick-taking game melded with Clue. It's a little, it's called Gorus Maximus, so you get what you pay for. But, I wish that the theme wasn't so gory because it doesn't seem to match the mechanisms. Like, hey, Grandma, you want to play this game? But I do like it a lot. Tokyo Highway. This is like a work of art abstract game where you're building using popsicle sticks this highway, moving around, trying to crisscross other people's paths. It's a little thinky, but at the end of the day, it's still an abstract strat. It's still a dexterity game where, when you're trying to put these things, if you knock stuff over, you won't do well. I took a look at all the Fireball Island expansions. They range from ratings from 7 to 9. The Bees and the Tiger is my favorite. I also took a look at Aegis. Aegis is a robot versus robot. Voltron, the game essentially is you have some robots fighting each other, but they can combine and make bigger robots, but that gives you a little less maneuverability. It's a bit dated of a design, I feel. Dated artwork, but then again, some people are really going to like that aspect. And Village Pillage. Village Pillage is a little rock, paper, scissors style game that you're basically playing a card with each of the people on your right and left. So, all right, 7.5s. Go to Bad Bones. This game does tower defense really well. I was pretty happy with this one. You just have your own skeletons are coming towards your tower. You got to stop them. Bastille. This Queen game I was very impressed with. It's a worker placement or influence marker placement. As you put out these influence markers over several rounds, there's going to be some turn angst. It's not very complex, but nice, easy, and a little chunky, cool game. Crown of Amara. This one, I ran a Dice Tower retreat over the past week, and this was the most popular game there. This game, as you move two workers around rondels, trying to get points through various ways. It's a simple concept. It looks really pretty on the table, though. I think this one's going to do really well. And Lighthouse Run. Lighthouse Run is almost a kid's game from Amigo as you're moving these boats down the river and having the lighthouses shine on the spots so that they can get down the river farther. Really cool components. It's a nifty game. I gave an 8 to Ascension Deliverance. This is the newest expansion standalone set for Ascension, which uses, the little dream tokens, insight that we've seen in other ones, but it uses them in a cool way, gives you a new basic card. I think that's the first time that's been done since Ascension has come out, and basically builds on other sets, but it also stands alone really well. I gave an 8.5 to Dominion Renaissance. This is my favorite Dominion expansion in a long time. Very simple. Adds coins, which can be used as coffers, or villagers, which give you free coins and actions that you can bank from turn to turn, and a few other cool things, but still retain simplicity. I like it. And Escape Tales The Awakening. It's a fairly dark theme, this game. It's a escape room in a box. So I wouldn't even say it for adults, because there's some heavy topics discussed here. But it is the biggest escape room game I played. We're talking like 4, 5, 6 hours. A lot of puzzles. You can save it, in between. You don't have to play it all in one shot. And some interesting puzzles, and you might not even see everything. And it's also replayable like the Unlock games. Alrighty. Beyond that, we did some top 10s. We did our top 10 surprises of 2018 and our top 10 games of the year. Lots of different videos. Check them out. Until next time, I'm Tom Bassel, and this has been Week in Review on the Dice Tower.